What's up, guys? This is Carlos Marks. This is On Your Marks, and today we put the aluminum on the front of the trailer. So I had some help. It was kind of hard to handle myself, so my beautiful wife's been helping me out. Andriana, say hi, babe.
Hi.
So what I ended up using was 32 thousandths aluminum. So it's decently thick, but it's not too thick. I wanted to use diamond plate on the bottom, but diamond plate was like 200 bucks a sheet, so that's not happening. I'm trying to keep this on the budget. So I cut these to size with a set of shears. I do have shears, kind of like the shears that you use for metal roofing. So I used those shears to cut them down, sanded the backs to clean them up a bit, and then riveted the front. I had to put a couple here, like right here, 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 just because it was sliding down until all the glue dries. All those rivets will be coming back off because I'm putting aluminum trim on the edge, and those areas are going to be covered up and have screws driven through them. So those rivets on the corners are just temporary. The ones on the front edge are permanent. In the last video, I also had 2x4s supporting the top. There's a couple of them just to make sure it didn't cave in, but now I shaved them all down. So I shaved a bunch of 2x4s down to 2 inches and put them at 2 foot on center. So those are going to be the nail boards for my lawn. I'm also going to fill those with insulation, and those will help to support so that the roof doesn't cave in when I start putting snow on it. I did a lot of cleaning up on the exterior too. So I used a plunge router with a flush trim bit with a bearing. So I used that to clean up all the edges. A lot of belt sanding. Usually when you use biscuits, you clamp the two pieces together on a flat surface. That's not what I was able to do with these big sheets of plywood. So you can see here there's a little bit of a lip. It was like that on top too, but I ended up sanding all that lip off. So the top looks totally flush, and it's ready for aluminum, but we don't have time to put that on today. So you can kind of see these seams here are totally smooth. There's nothing to them anymore. I knocked all those down completely with the belt sander. I also got rid of any hairs on the corners from the router and did the same for the front end. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go, but I used Flashmate. So the stuff I use to seal that is Flashmate, and it's really made for sealing gutters up, flashing, things like that. So aluminum to aluminum, this stuff works great. And it shouldn't crack up with expansion and contraction. It seals roofs on houses, so it should seal up the roof on my camper. Once I do put the roof on, I'm going to bend the edge so that it comes down about 2 inches over here. And it's going to be stepped. So any water from there will flow over that down this sheet. And this sheet's also stepped. The top sheet's on top of the bottom sheet. So any water will flow down that too. No chance of that water getting inside. I also got a chance to look at the parts I'm pulling from the fifth wheel today. Okay, so I have access to this fifth wheel camper. It's pretty moldy. The only windows that are really going to work for me are the ones in the slide out. These ones measure about 22 by 26. There are other ones that'll fit, but they're pretty much going to end up being the entire wall. I mean, like this one here. On my little camper, that's a little bit overkill. These ones will be perfect. They're awning windows, so I can leave them open. And if it rains or whatever, it'll just run off. It won't be a problem. And also taking those off of this camper on the interior, on the tip out, means that at least the camper won't be completely open. I'm also going to be taking the doors. So the side door is about 22 inches. That's fine. That's going to be on the driver's side of my camper. And the other door I'm going to be taking is the main door right here. So this one has an opening of about 28 inches. Both of those will fit. Obviously they're too tall, but I'll cut them down and make them work. It's not going to be a problem. I measured it out, and basically where it lines up will be right to the bottom, like about 2 inches underneath the door handle. So I won't even have to move the door handle. I'll just cut it, move the bottom trim here up higher, and then keep the entire frame putting it in one piece. That's going to save me a lot. So thanks, Uncle Nick. I appreciate it. So by the time you see this next, I should have the roof installed already. I'm hoping to do that next weekend. I actually I'm running low on rivets, and I probably don't have enough liquid nails. I'm realizing I'm using a lot more. Better to have too much on there than not enough anyway. It's spreading out nice. It's sticking the aluminum, and I don't want to skimp on that because that's going to cause some issues for me. So I should have the roof on in the next video, and also I'm going to start taking the parts off the other camper and cutting the holes. So I want to start cutting the holes out for the windows, the doors, and then I'll be able to start getting it ready to put on the fiberglass. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to the videos if you're enjoying this. I know this one's a little bit short, but they're usually a little bit longer than this. I'm going to put this back in the shelter, clean up all my tools, and start getting ready to get out of here. It's Sunday, so got to pack up and get ready for work tomorrow. Until next time.